Love that tune. So far this week, we've enjoyed taking a look back at the year and the decade that was. But as the, breathe deep and say this, Rob, as the 2020s arrive, wow, let's rewind even further now to the start of the new millennium.
I love what you said. You love that tune. You sounded like an old man there, Rob. Listen. He loves that tune. And we got a tune for you, taking us back to the past. Michael Aaron, a trip to the archives. What is this all about?
Good morning, guys. Each and every new year is celebrated with the staples, the ball drop, champagne toast, and Old Lang Syne. But the year 2000 brought something else with it, fears of a little glitch called Y2K. As we prepare to start a new decade, a trip back in time.
THV 2000. Now live, here's Andy Pearson.
It's December 31st, 1999, the end of the 20th century.
And a good evening and Happy New Year to you.
The eve of a new millennium.
The Millennium Ball is suspended over the Main Street Bridge.
The Hogs were preparing for their Cotton Bowl appearance against Texas. Times were different then.
There is still a lot of spirit here in Dallas.
But Don, Ed, and Craig are proof some things never change.
Oh man, I'm excited. It's so sentimental.
But for some, the excitement of a new millennium is met with a sense of anxiety.
Why did you not want to stray far from home for New Year's Eve?
Because it's Y2K.
The world spent more than $300 billion preparing for Y2K, amid fears that older computers reading only the last two digits in a year could malfunction if they mistook the year 2000 or 00 as 1900.
Now, emergency management teams are monitoring their computers across the state to make sure they're ready, just in case a glitch shall occur.
Some Arkansans prepared for worst-case scenario.
They wanted to make sure that they had some extra water on hand just because there's been a lot of scare about not enough clean drinking water in case something happened with Y2K.
Well, one of the many places people say they don't want to be when the clock strikes midnight is in an airplane.
Despite all the fear,
we're gonna die!
Many were simply unfazed.
I won't be thinking too much about Y2K because it won't really matter what's going on. If the lights go out, they go out.
There we go! 3, 2, 1!
As Ed flipped the switch to lower the Millennium Ball, the lights and everything else stayed on.
I got my money.
And as we usher in this new decade,
everybody's so excited. Definitely no problems to hear of.
The year 2000.
We can only hope things run as smoothly as they did back then.
We have officially reached 2000, and the sky did not fall. The power did not go out, and the spirits continue to soar.
A young Ed Buckner. Wow. That may have been the most epic New Year celebration ever. Watching that old special, we had a 45-minute special that night, and Little Rock was actually one of the only cities to have that Millennial Ball drop.
Oh, really?
Like that. In fact, it may have been the only one. I need to
so cool.
clarify that.
That's really, really cool. I mean, it reminds me too of why I love my job, because it's like we're part of making history.
Yeah.
You know, this is history, and I'm glad everybody made it out alive.
And
Y2K, right?
Ed pulled the switch.
Some days I hope that they're not keeping the old tapes though.
Oh, they will.
So they're going to pull those out.
They won't glitch like those did.
Hopefully not.
So, Rob, where were you on?
I have no idea. I was in college. I should have been graduated by then, but I didn't. I was in Mizzou 20 years ago.
I won't tell you what grade I was in.
A little younger. I think I was at like a New Year's Eve party with my parents and their friends and their kids. And I do remember we had bought a ton of extra water bottles and food just in case.
Yeah.
Luckily, nothing ever happened. I'm wondering how much money people spent stocking
exactly.
up.
And we kind of saw with that story as the night progressed and as the new year was brought in different time zones, people, the fears kind of eased.
Yeah.
People kind of saw like
Safer,
nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, no
and
crazy
so
computer system failures or anything like that. We survived.
Well.
Hopefully we'll survive 2020.